Envision walking down a tunnel where history has walked through for more than 130 years. Your pulse quickens as the crowd screams, and the air is charged. This is Anfield, the legendary home of Liverpool FC. But on this day, Anfield is not just an old football stadium. It's being transformed into something spectacular. With a $104 million extension, Liverpool is updating its much-loved stadium without losing its heart. In this video, we'll dive into the exciting journey of Anfield's renovation and explore how it stacks up against the ambitious plans of their fierce rivals, Everton, with their new stadium. The history of Anfield. Anfield's story dates back to 1884 when it was originally built to serve as the home for Everton FC. The land was let to the club by local businessman John Holding, who considered it to be a site for a stadium with the Grand Football Stadium. Everything was going exceptionally well at first, with Everton performing magnificently on the ground, but in 1892, a disagreement with the club management on the upswinging rents made way for a rather dramatic split. Everton made way for Anfield to build Goodison Park, but genius struck when Holding formed a new club called Liverpool FC. This moment gave birth to the rivalry between Liverpool and Everton, which produced one of the most intense and passionate football rivalries on the planet. Anfield became the soul of Liverpool FC, and with time, the stadium's status increased, and it emerged as an iconic representation of the city and its football culture. Anfield today seats 61,000 and is not just held in high regard for its storied past, but for the unrivaled atmosphere provided by the fervent Liverpool fans. The most iconic stand at the stadium, the Spy Cop, has hosted some of the greatest moments in football history, particularly those mythical European evenings. Anfield's combination of history, tradition, and unyielding energy of fans has made it one of the world's most legendary football stadia. The need for renovation. In the early 2000s, Liverpool FC was presented with a big choice. Should they remain at Anfield and refurbish, or relocate to a new stadium to accommodate increasing demand? Proposals for a new 61,000 capacity stadium were first agreed, but the 2008 financial crisis put the project on hold. During this lull, Liverpool's then owner, John W. Henry, started going to the games at Anfield and was forever changed by the rampant energy provided by the fans. This transformed his whole outlook on things. He understood that Anfield's magic simply could not be duplicated in a new stadium. The decision was made to stay at Anfield and renovate, but the challenge was clear: how to modernize this historic venue without losing its soul. The club faced the task of expanding the stadium while preserving the iconic atmosphere, particularly the energy of the famous Spy Cop stand. Renovation was not only important for added capacity, but to allow the stadium to still house the iconic European Knights and keep its status as a fortress for Liverpool FC. The objective was plain: to transform Anfield into a 21st century work of art that respected its storied past while giving players and supporters world-class amenities. The $104 million enlargement. Liverpool FC's $104 million redevelopment of Anfield was a daring step to conserve the club's historic stadium while fitting it out for the future. The principal stand was initially the major project, with the addition of a third tier and the accommodation of an additional 8,500 seats to house more supporters. The upgrade made a significant difference to the matchday experience, with improved viewing and more room for supporters. The objective wasn't merely to increase the number of seats, it was to preserve the mythical atmosphere of Anfield that players and supporters hold so dearly. Then the Anfield Road stand was renovated, increasing the overall capacity of the stadium to 61,000. This expansion involved massive planning and clearance of adjacent houses, so the venture was a real engineering wonder. The issue wasn't merely physical expansion. The real issue was preserving the individuality of Anfield without succumbing to the logistical issue of the built-up residential areas around it. The expansion didn't end there. State-of-the-art facilities such as improved lighting systems, enhanced hospitality zones, and new amenities for players and fans alike made Anfield a contender with the best in terms of luxury and comfort. The ambiance of Anfield, especially the legendary Cop stand, was a major area of concern during the refurbishment. The legendary roar of the fans, especially on European nights, is part of the stadium's DNA. The new stands were designed with utmost care to ensure the energy of the fans would still resonate through the ground, turning it into a fortress for the Reds. In addition, the extended stadium enabled Anfield to receive high-profile non-football events. The improved facilities now support huge concerts, where artists such as the Rolling Stones, Taylor Swift, and Adele have performed in the stadium. These events have helped make Anfield not only a football stadium, but also a world world-class entertainment destination, the role of atmosphere. The atmosphere at Anfield is perhaps the most iconic in football, and it is a very important part of what makes the stadium so unique. The world-famous roar of the Kop stand is the stuff of legend, especially on European nights, when it appears to shake the foundations of the ground. It's not the number of fans, it's the ferocity, passion, and die-hard support of the Liverpool supporters that build an atmosphere so intimidating for opposition teams. The Kop has become the byword for moments of sporting history, be it last-minute goals or phenomenal comebacks. The development of Anfield focused above all on maintaining this unique atmosphere. The club realized that updating the stadium without sacrificing the bond between the crowd and the pitch was crucial. The acoustics were planned with extreme attention to make sure that the noise of the fans would only enhance, allowing everyone in the stadium, as well as even those outside it, to be able to feel the Kop's roar. Fans were instrumental in the redevelopment process, not only in terms of support, but in their feedback regarding what was most important. Their allegiance to Anfield and the legendary matchday experience was at the heart of the vision for the project. As Liverpool continues to grow, the essence of the fans, whose passion has been integrated into the stadium's fabric, remains the heartbeat of Anfield. Everton's rivalry and new stadium, Everton FC, is also causing ripples with its ambitious stadium proposals, the £750 million Bramley Moore Dock. Situated on the River Mersey, this new stadium will boast a 53,000 capacity and will be a hub of football activity as well as a city focal point. The stadium's design takes its cue from the maritime past of the city, offering breathtaking views of the waterfront, and will boast cutting-edge architecture to provide a frightening and immersive environment for supporters. The competition between Liverpool and Everton, two of the UK's most historically charged football clubs, has always been intense, and these new stadium initiatives only reinforce that rivalry. Anfield's extension seeks to retain the spirit and fervor of the original ground, whereas Everton's new stadium is created to challenge at the limits of the modern-day stadium, bringing something new and fresh to try to usurp Liverpool's monopoly. Both clubs are spending big to establish world-class facilities, and the clash of their stadiums will undoubtedly cast a heavy shadow on Liverpool's football future. Anfield's famous heritage and old-school atmosphere are difficult to beat, but Everton's new stadium, replete with innovative technology, will inject a fresh vibe into the city's football culture. Looking ahead, it remains to be seen whether Anfield's legendary status will continue to hold the competitive edge, or if the new, innovative Bramley Moore Dock Stadium will become the new symbol of Liverpool's footballing future. Anfield's journey from its origins as a stadium for Everton FC to its modern-day transformation stands as a testament to the power of preserving history while embracing innovation. Through the years, Anfield has seen its fair share of redevelopments, yet the soul and the heart of the stadium, the legend of the Kop stand, the charged environment, and the fans' fervor of the Liverpools have ever stood at center stage. The $104 million investment in the latest expansion wasn't about making it bigger, it was about improving the matchday experience, upgrading the club's facilities, and maintaining the very spirit that makes Anfield one of the scariest and most iconic football stadiums in the world. Though the expansion has cemented Anfield as a modern masterpiece, the battle with Everton FC is still intense. Everton's ambitious $750 million waterfront stadium, with its state-of-the-art design and phenomenal location, offers a stiff challenge in terms of architectural splendor. But the question is, will Everton's new stadium ever be able to match the magic that Anfield possesses? Can it match the raw energy and emotion that resonates through the stands on European nights? As Anfield grows, it represents the footballing identity of Liverpool. We would love to hear your opinions on which stadium you believe has the competitive advantage, and if any other ground can be compared to the special atmosphere at Anfield. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more analysis on sports culture and stadium development.